Hi there, Z here, and what a great day. What a wonderful, wonderful day. It's the weekend. I mean, it's the weekend while recording this, not probably when it's going to be put out. That doesn't really matter, though. My wife is working tonight, so she's not going to bother me, and I just went for a beer run right after I put down the prisoners. Well, they were put down, but you know what I have to say? They don't make chloroform as strong as it used to be. It's gonna be gasoline soon if you don't shut up! Alright. Anyway, it's the perfect time to watch a movie and to review it with you guys. And as the title says, Nigel Bach just came out with another Bad Ben movie, which is exciting as well as confusing because he just said that the chapter of his last one was the final chapter, so it's not really a final chapter if you make another one, but hey, if Michael Bay can do it over and over and over again, why can't my boy Nigel? So, is this still dreadfully amazing, or has the well run dry with this so bad it's good genre? Well, there's only one way to find out. So, new Bad Ben, same old beginning. The whole typing thing, explaining who Tom Riley is and what's been going on. And since I'm sure we're all familiar with it by now, let's just skip it to the actual beginning. Here we have the same old Tom Riley in the same old house with the same old plot, which is a little disheartening. I mean, because multiple videos and nothing has really changed besides the set of clothing and the basic storyline. But I'm gonna be fair, alright? This movie really isn't about enjoying how well it's created as much as it's not created that well. So we'll just skip this for now. Anyways, why would Tom come back to this house? So that's an important part. Why would he come back to the house where he's been beaten in, tortured in, molested in, supposedly, and overall just had a shit time in? The same reason why he bought the house to begin with. Money! Some person who's interested in the house won't buy it unless he exercises whatever evil is lurking in the house. I think Tom says it best for what everyone is thinking right now.
Here I go again.
Yep, Tom, here we go yet again. Absolutely brilliant. And as soon as he gets in, for some reason, the vlogging starts. Yeah, you'll see this quite a bit throughout the movie. Why is he doing it, you may ask? Don't know. I have no idea. They've used this whole entire recording myself thing before, but like in the first movie, it was just for him to catalog him sprucing up the house and just kind of showing every single bit that he was doing. And then when the Ghost Hunters did it, it's because they were making a documentary about the haunting. But now, I don't know, just don't question it. It'll take too long to explain. And during the vlog, he mentions that
Tom Riley, paranormal investigator, tasked with making this house suitable for Mrs. May and her family.
Oh, okay. All right, paranormal investigator. Great, he's a Ghostbuster now. Fantastic. You know, I laugh now, but I would love to watch his sci-fi TV show of him just busting ghosts, or what he would most likely do is get the shit kicked out of him and, cuss at the ghost. But man, that would be fun to watch. But before Tom can go full Egon Spengler on this house, he has to first establish that the cameras are all still working, obviously. So he cycles through all the cameras and notices that the basement camera doesn't work.
What the hell's wrong with this basement camera?
Tom, I don't know, this shit's never worked. From like the very beginning, it's only worked a very minimal amount of time. You wanna know why? Because there's evil in the basement, okay? You should know this already. And he does, because he goes right down to that basement. Okay. All right, I won't lie. I was not expecting that. Not the door breaking down, per se, but, actual effort in a Bad Ben movie. So, touche, Nigel. You got me. Whew. And after Tom runs back up the stairs and moves the chair and... Tom, you don't need to take the cloth off of the chair to move it. Okay, yeah, go ahead and take the cloth off. I don't really care. He moves the chair in front of the door, and then he sprints outside, then comes back a minute later. Oh, okay, yeah, sure. He just comes back in, and He investigates the basement where he finds an extra room that someone apparently has been sleeping in, and hey! The dolls are back from the previous movie. Oh, hell yeah, we got some return characters here. Now things are going to be getting good, right? Creepy, paranormal dolls, absolutely. This movie knows exactly how to make a Bad Ben movie, alright? You bring out the scary things and the underwhelming acting early so we can all start having a good old time. But unfortunately, that's not what we get. Quite yet, that is. We get the doll scene, and then he goes around to the classic walking around the house slowly as a 50-year-old man can. Then he pulls out a ghost meter, and then he just keeps walking around with the meter held out slightly in front of him like he has Alzheimer's. So basically, we have about 10 minutes of him walking around an empty house we've literally seen oodles of times before, if you're as big of a fan as I am. He goes outside, comes back inside through the basement, goes to the main floor, to the upstairs floor, and apparently, walking around those 10 minutes just gets him tuckered out because he decides to hit the hay. With all of his clothes on and no sheets put on the bed, but I mean, to each his own, I guess. That's kind of gross, but okay. And while Tom drifts off to slumberland, probably thinking of money and how he's totally going to be safe in bed, what the fuck? Yeah, it wouldn't be a Bad Ben film if the spirits didn't kick the crap out of him whenever they could. And of course, it would be the small doll that he just encountered in the basement that he would find and just throw down the stairs. Oh, Tom, you crack me up. I know it's supposed to be like he's mad at him and this whole thing's supposed to be scary, but there's something funny about a fully grown man cussing at a doll and then throwing it down a flight of stairs. I don't know what it is. I think it's in everybody, to be honest. Anyway, he starts vlogging again when... a baby flies up the wall to, surprise, attack Tom from the ceiling in the most comical way possible. Yeah, sure, that sounds good. Now we're getting it here, guys. Now we're getting into the good part, I guess. And by this point, I can really respect Nigel Bach a bit more now, to be honest. No more setups, no more other characters to ruin all the mediocre fun that we have with this series. I mean, just look at this right here. We have Tom. He's doing a seance and...
Power of Christ compels you.
Huh. Another decent effect that's more than just post-recording sound effects or awful CGI. Did Nigel even direct this? Yeah, he's still a one-man show. All right, good on you, Mr. Bach. Absolutely. But anyways, look at this scene here. The doll is in the house and it grabs a knife, ready to fight back against the middle-aged menace, okay? So to combat against a small doll with a knife, Tom regresses to a baby and starts crawling around. Tom, what the fuck are you doing here? You're totally in stabbing range of the 4-foot demonic doll with a knife, like in perfect range. And even if you didn't know that she has a knife, she's fucked you up in the past when you were standing up. Now you're on the hands and knees. You're in her world right now. You're definitely going... I guess I'm wrong. Sure, yeah, I retract everything I just said. That bitch didn't even stand a chance against you and your 12-foot boot of justice, I guess. So, after subduing the initial doll, the second one drives up in an RC car. Yes, you heard that right. If you're listening to me and not looking at the screen, I suggest you do it, because it's just as comical as you could ever think of. A demonically possessed doll driving an RC car, and at this point, I'm not even sure if it's supposed to be played as a joke or not. Like, what should have been played as a joke, though, is when Tom walks all the way upstairs to grab the ghost meter, leaving the two completely mobile, possessed dolls unattended. Tom, what... I don't even know what you're doing. You know that they can move. Like, you know that. You know that they aren't your sister's dolls that you used to play with in secret when you were younger, right? You know that they... And, of course, they're fucking gone, Tom. Of course they're gone, Tom. Why did you leave? Alright, now everything up till this point has just been moderately boring with a bit of entertainment, right? There's been some good parts, but most of the time it's dolls walking around the house... Tom talking to himself, Tom vlogging, walking around the house, and then the dolls would pop back up every so often. It's just really been kind of dull, but this is where they change sides and it becomes way more interesting than still. Because I don't know about you guys, but when a man in his 50s chases around a doll in their house, captures said doll, interviews them for their weird, creepy vlogging series, then gets the crap beaten out of them by a specter that walked in the front door, I tend to get a little giddy. Anyone who has ever seen the Bad Ben movies, you know that this is the start of really, really crazy shit. And I'm excited for it. And after cleaning up from the attack, you start to really see a pattern in the scripting of this film.
I need this fucking money. God damn it. If I didn't need this money, I wouldn't even be here.
But I really need the money this lady's paying me. I need the money this lady's paying me. If I'm going to complete my goal here for Mrs. May and get paid.
He, really wants you guys to know that he needs this money, which was a fair enough reason before, okay? When I thought, what other reason will Tom have to go back to this house? Oh, he just wants money. He spent a lot of money on this and he wants money. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I could definitely take one look at Tom and say, this motherfucker needs some money. But, buddy, pal, leave it alone. Say it once or twice and you're done. Or just don't even go into the house. Wait, you want to be ghost raped for what? $200,000, $300,000 house? I mean, rent it out with the stipulation stating, hey, if you rent out a room here, this shit's haunted. If you want to get the pants scared off you, $300 a night, no refunds. You will have gross neckbeards and college students flocking to your house. You believe me on that. Anyway, let's move along a little bit quick because we're only about 30 minutes into this 90-minute romp and I kind of want to not make this an hour-long video. Tom keeps walking around. He finds a journal and a picture with instructions to the house. Yeah, I don't know if it's the right wordage, but it's pretty much like a manual to the house. So it tells Tom how to get rid of the spirits left by a previous family member, but it really doesn't explain why the ghosts are still there. If someone had an idea of how to get rid of it, doesn't really matter. Let's just keep moving on. So after learning all the good stuff that we... Did Tom just Photoshop the porch into a live feed? Oh my god, he fucking did. What are you hiding from us, Nigel? Do you have a cult of fans that are constantly camping out on your porch from the success of your Bad Ben movies and they refuse to leave and you don't want to tell them to leave because, hey, it's kind of neat to have fans and everything? Or what? What the fuck? Why are you just putting this one shot up there? It makes no sense. Oh my god. Oh, okay, so Tom starts reading the book and it explains about a group of witches that used to live in the house or in the woods behind the house. I don't really know. And, well, Tom, go ahead and explain it.
Says that the demon that's leading these people, not to antagonize him, but the commander of the 30 legions, his name is Andros.
I knew it! I fucking knew that it was a stopping point and now things are gonna get great! What the fucking shit was that? I don't even know what that was. I'm at a loss for words and I have seen this scene 8 times. Oh, man. Oh, that was so great. I might be tired of watching that by the time I'm done editing this, but I think I'm in the double digits and that is so funny, man. And after getting the snot beat out of him multiple times, getting stalked by possessed dollies, and summoning an evil witch leader, what's the next best thing that you can do to try to get rid of spirits from your house? Right! A Ouija board, of course, because we don't have enough problems right now. Let's invite more evil spirits right into the house. Kids, PSA time, okay? Don't do Ouija.
Not even once.
How many non-human spirits or evil forces are in the house now? No, don't go up there. Go down. 9? There's 9?
Am I retarded here? That says 8, right? I'm not blind, right? No, that's 8. That's 8. Tom, it's fucking 8. It's 8. Stop saying it's 9. It's 8.
9 I have to deal.
Oh my god, I am losing my mind. Either I'm losing my mind, he's blind, or the glass in that stupid planchette is so thick that it's fucking with the camera angles. I don't know what it is, but it looks like 8, and he keeps saying 9, and I'm just hearing a high-pitched noise in my head, and I don't think it'll go away until I get off this subject. So, let's do so. I guess it really doesn't matter because even the demon thinks that Tom is too dumb to be playing with the board and takes it away. And in a classic Tom Riley fashion, he throws a tantrum, runs up the stairs, and calls upon all the spirits in the house to fight him, and immediately gets properly wrecked and is pulled right back down the stairs. It's not as good as all the other ones where he put a lot more emphasis of being pulled down the stairs. It was just kind of a yank, and I mean, that's it. But hey, we still have 40 minutes left. They might have a really good pull down the stairs gig. We have no idea. Then after this, he tries to reason with them in the most logical, reasonable way. What? What the fuck was that? I love these movies. I mean, I really do. Oh, that was cartoonier than fucking Looney Tunes. Fantastic. And after getting beaten so many times, he decides to finally follow the instructions that he found in the painting to get rid of the 9 spirits. And one of the things that the manual tells him to do is,
they will try to distract you. Stay focused.
And what is the first thing that he does? Of course, he gets distracted by the slightest noise that he could possibly hear. Great job, Tom. You had one fucking job. But hey, he found another spirit in the form of a bunch of voodoo dolls, at which case he took them out of their nice ceramic home and placed them in a plastic pretzel jar. Sure, whatever. Whenever I find demonic spirits lurking around in my house, the first thing I think of is, hey, do we have an empty cheese balls container in the house somewhere? Yeah, I need someplace to put Mr. Lucifer here. But on the positive end, Tom now has 3 ghosts chained in his basement, 4 after a clown makes a jump scare. Editor's note, I realize that this clown is from another movie Tom made that I just haven't gotten around to watching or reviewing yet. I will do so in the future, so all you Nigelites out there, please don't roast me. I'm gonna get around to it at some point. And finds even more when he heads upstairs and finds the Ouija board along with the missing page of the manual that explains what all the spirits are called and how to exorcise them. So let me just summarize what the missing page says so we don't have to listen to Tom talk for 20 minutes. The 9 spirits that are following him around are the 2 dolls, the voodoo puppets, the Ouija board, the ashes, the clown doll, the witch leader, the music box, the one from all the other Bad Ben movies that always calm down Bad Ben, and the stove in the basement. I mean, it doesn't really come out and say the stove in the basement. It says something like the Fire Lord or something like that, but even when the Ouija board tries to tell Tom that it's a stove, this motherfucker be like,
VOTES? 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 The fuck does that mean?
Damn it, Riley. Don't go for the first answer that you find. Do multiple ones, man. Just come on. Anyways, now's a good time to recap everything that we've talked about because this is where things go incredibly crazy and incredibly frustrating, all right? We have Tom Riley, the main protagonist of all the movies that we have gone through so far. He bought a house in the first movie. He's trying to sell the house all the way up to this movie where a woman wants to buy it, but she won't buy it unless the evil spirits have been vanquished. So Tom comes back to the house, he finds a journal on the wall, he finds a missing page for the journal, he finds out what all the spirits are, and he knows how to get rid of them now. Are we all good? Okay, let's continue. So Tom has multiple spirits right now, right? He has the ashes, he has the Ouija board, but whoop! While he was upstairs fucking around, the doll, the voodoo miniatures, and the clown all buggered off, and now he's down to only 2 spirits again. But that doesn't really matter right now because what he wants to do is investigate the portal himself that these demons are coming out of, which is in the form of a small door behind the stove, which leads to... Fuck. Okay, a legitimately creepy fucking area. No, I mean, honestly, this is the most passive, creepy place that has ever been in a Bad Ben movie. It's dark, it's cold, it's raining or hailing or something. The ground is soaking wet with dead leaves and water. There's a groaning in the distance. Great, great, great atmosphere. All the trees are dead. Oh, this is really great. Too bad Tom has to ruin it when he's constantly explaining to everyone around him what's going on, but whatever, I'll give you points for creepiness. So apparently, the spirits enter through this little wormhole from hell, it seems like, to the house. And yeah, it's pretty good. You know, it's an interesting idea with a cool green screen effect here, but enough with the unique shit. Let's get back to seeing a fully grown man desperately crawl his way out of a hole. That sounds a little bit better, right? And what better way of celebrating the discovery of a portal to hell than another vlog video where you're bluntly talking about everything we just went through him with, and hey, the dolls! Hey, look at them! What do you think they're here for? Probably an ambush, right?
And I'm going to put you through that portal.
Yep, that was definitely an ambush. But anyway, this has gone on long enough. Let's wrap this up in the most insane way possible, starting with a crazy clown attack. Yeah, full apparition. Let's get him, maim him, kill him. I want to see an epic fight to the death with one bold, brass, bald motherfucker and a crazy clown.
Ben, help!
What? Don't, oh my God. If Ben was here the entire time and he could have done that with any of these spirits, why hasn't he been doing it? Where was he this entire time? You didn't even hint to him being part of the film. What is this? You can't just bring out this incredibly powerful... You can't just ex machina the entire thing. What the fuck are you doing? And if that wasn't bad enough, just wait. Just you fucking wait. So, Tom takes the Ouija board, the clown, and the ashes to throw them in the back of the portal, right? To do this, he just needs to say the names of the spirits and then throw them in the hole, right? Then he says the names of the spirits he doesn't even have in his possessions, and whoop, there they go, right down the fucking stairs in the most silly way possible. And I would be laughing this entire time if I wasn't so frustrated knowing that he could have done this at any time. Why chase them around? Why do anything when instead he could have just walked downstairs, said their names, and then whoop, there they go, magic powers pulling them all the way downstairs. He could have ended it about half an hour earlier. Oh, God. But besides that plot hole bigger than a porn star's genitals, we have some solid, hilarious, bad CGI. And an actual humorous part where he tells the ashes to go into the portal, and you could just tell that someone off-screen just whipped the ashes at him. It legitimately made me chuckle. And how would you imagine the end of this magnum opus to be? You know, does Tom finally sell his house to the bidder he was mentioning before, and he buys hookers and whiskey with it? Does he get dragged down the stairs for a fifth time? Does he ride away on the sunset on a horse with hair so long and thick Fabio would be jealous? Nope! He gets a call from the person interested in the house who tells him that the whole thing was a 4chan-esque troll and she was live streaming the cameras the entire night for a profit and made our boy Tom look like a fucking fool. But don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, because Tom gets the last laugh, let me tell you. He lets the spirits back out, steals a PlayStation plugged into the wall, which I don't think the woman moved in yet, so he's just stealing his own PlayStation, right? I mean, I don't know, a little bit confusion right there, but he walks out and the ghosts run the house again, and a very, very early 80s sitcom music plays with each of the spirits just chilling out for some reason. I won't lie, Tom, after all I went through with how much you brought up my blood pressure and everything, this is one fucking weird way of ending the movie, and I think I know why you did it. If people are confused, they can't be mad. I love it. Thank you, Tom. I thank you, Nigel. You're one and the same, pretty much. So, yet another Nigel Bach movie down, and what do I think? I'll sound like a broken record, but man, I love this dude. Like, objectively, everything is a mess, okay? Everything. His previous movies were a mess, and besides some better looking effects, it's still just that. It's a big flopping mess. Some people unironically enjoy his shit and think it's actually good filmmaking. I don't agree, like, at all, but here's what his films are. Entertaining. And I have mentioned this before time and time again, but as long as your work, as long as your art is entertaining, it really doesn't matter. Like, I honestly don't know if he's aware that some people see his movies as so bad that they're good. I would imagine he's not a moron and he knows, but that makes me respect him all the more if he actually does. You know, he gets criticism like mine and says, I don't care. As long as you like doing it, I like doing it, and I'm just going to keep going. I don't know how long it will take for the same location and the same ghosts and the same old format to get stale, but right now, it still works. This is probably one of my most favorite Bad Ben movies, and honestly, keep doing you, Nigel. Have fun making these movies because it definitely shows through your work. I hope you're all entertained with this movie. I hope you all enjoyed it. Thanks for sticking with me, and cheers.
Whatever's in this house.